Hey, Mortgage Coach community, Dave Savage, CEO of Mortgage Coach here. Today we are interviewing Rick Cardinali in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What's up, Rick?
Hey, how you doing, man? Glad to be here.
Doing good. Well, I always love talking to you. You and I, between seeing you at an event and getting on the phone and talking it out, I feel like I know you really well on a personal level. And I think everybody that watches this, by the time we're done with this interview, you're going to think, this is a great loan officer. This is someone that I would refer a relative to. So let's talk about your mortgage practice, and then we'll get into how you're using Mortgage Coach and how you're leveraging technology in your mortgage practice.
Yeah, so no problem. So I have been a member. I did look at this. It is 2006. Looking at credit card statements. So I've been paying you, Dave, since 2006.
Good. Well, hopefully we've been paying you back. Hopefully what you pay me is
modest.
Very small percent of what
it is. It's a tiny amount. And as a matter of fact, at one of the events together, we were with another professional in the industry, and he asked me, he says, "Hey, are you getting your bang for your buck?" And I said, "I won't originate a loan without it." So definitely good stuff.
Well, so I always tell people in the sales process, you're paying for Mortgage Coach, whether you pay me or it just costs you a loan a month. You're paying for Mortgage Coach.
Use it, right?
Use it for every client.
So the practice, as you said, I'm based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I have a team of 3. So it's myself as the lead originator, and then I have an LP1 and an LP2, which are really assistants to the practice and to the process and catering to the clients. So that's really what we try to do, is cater to clients. And the whole process of Mortgage Coach is integrated into that, because we feel that it's just a very robust experience, not only for the clients, but also the agents that are representing them. So, again, you guys have graduated a long way from the days of sliding the paper sheet to the customer to us being able to put up a beautiful, colorful presentation, or even go with a mobile app. So it's been a fabulous experience and great transformation and a great addition to the team. So real good stuff.
No doubt. I don't know what it's like in your market, but I always think the modern mortgage experience is whatever a family wants. And pre-smartphones, it was a piece of paper that we printed out. But now with smartphones, it's either they're on a laptop or desktop, they're on a mobile phone. And I do think there's probably still people that would prefer the piece of paper. That's a modern mortgage experience. By the way, do you still have folks that you deliver a total cost analysis with paper in Pittsburgh?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, every client is receiving a digital presentation, whether it be in my office or through the app, or on a screen share session that I'll do. Do
you have people come into your office?
Absolutely.
What percentage of your clients come into your office?
That percentage in our millennial mobile days these days has really started to come down. But there's still families that enjoy coming into the office because they want to touch it and feel it, which is kind of like our knower, feeler, thinker classifications when we're dealing with all of our clientele. So, we're still getting about 40% of the customers are coming into the office.
That's a good percent. And when they come into the office, what is the Mortgage Coach experience? And then let's delineate someone who doesn't come in.
Yeah.
What is the Mortgage Coach experience?
Yeah, so the experience is they're coming in, they're greeting an LP1, which is a front-end assistant that we have. They're going to take care of them into the conference room. We've got a large screen TV put up in there. It's a little bit of a welcome that's up there right away. I like putting Rate Watch up there as well, just kind of to have it up there, just kind of because it's kind of cool. It gives it we're really financial advisors to say, because we're dealing with so many unique financial situations. So I like making sure that I do have that up there as one of the elements. And then we'll take that customer really screen by screen, not just with the total cost analysis, but there's a full presentation that they'll go with. They will end up on the total cost analysis. So now we figured out how we qualified you. We figured out a little bit about how interest rates work. And now we're going to take a look at your numbers. And this is really where the rubber meets the road. It's really where we're able to have them have that aha effect about, wow, I had no idea how much money I'd need to close. I had no idea how much my monthly payment was going to be. And now this is bringing reality to that. And then we're able to kind of look for hot buttons and work with them on making sure they're comfortable before they go out into that home search environment.
And then, so they come in, you're having the borrower conversation, you have the options. Now, do they walk out with it on their mobile device? Are you having them, so they know that, hey, this is the start of the story. The story is going to change. Are you planning that feed and getting them?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I'm glad you brought that up. So my LP1, so Andrew will reach out to the customer with their doc checklist of all the things they have to bring to the closing. We also make a strong recommendation, and we ask the question too, do you have an Android, do you have an iPhone, iOS technology, what are you using? And they'll say iPhone, Android. We'd like you to download this app so our time together is going to be more meaningful and impactful when we're there at the session. So they really download the app when they come to the appointment, and they say, hey, we got our app, we make a joke about it and stuff. But once we get to that element or that section of the presentation, we're able to literally, I email it the link directly to them instantaneously, and I say, now grab your mobile devices where you uploaded your app, go to your email, click on it, let's take a look at it. And then up at the very top of the screen, we're literally clicking and driving the presentation on their phone. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
What do people say? Like, any responses that you can remember where?
So, normally the feelers in the presentation that we're dealing with are generally, they're like, hey, it just moved. Hey, it just highlighted. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there's an immediate, like, they're wowed. There's a wow factor with it for sure. For sure, Dave.
I love that. So also, it's an effectiveness tool. So there's no doubt when most loan officers say, hey, the cost of Mortgage Coach is nothing. I mean, it's $900 a year, $90 a month. But you have to make a new habit. You have to do something different than you're doing today. And I think the thing that gets missed, everybody goes, yes, I'll get a better conversion rate. Yes, it'll be a more referable experience, but it saves time. Could you just speak to the different ways in which Mortgage Coach, the fact that you're giving a total cost analysis, it actually compresses the time and makes for a more effective relationship? If you could speak to that.
So number one, nobody has any more time I don't have any more time than you in a day, because we both have 24 hours. Right. So maximizing our effectiveness in our preferred craft is obviously the number one goal as originators in the industry. So if I can put together a TCA with 4 particular financing examples for a family in a matter of 3.5 minutes. However, it would take me 20 minutes to do 4 financing examples using my current LOS software that is not colorful, it's not mobile, it's not today. Why wouldn't I want that? Why wouldn't I want to get back 15 minutes of my day every day with every single client that I talk to every single day? Why wouldn't I want that? And why wouldn't the consumer, if brought along through the process properly, why wouldn't the consumer want to have a mobile experience on the front porch of the house that they're going to potentially buy? That's extremely, extremely important. Extremely important.
Got it. So huge time saver. Okay, so Mortgage Coach is clearly saving you time. It's clearly a more effective way to do business. I love the fact that it only takes you 3.5 minutes. So it's something that, because you've done it a lot, you're good at. Speak to your favorite features within Mortgage Coach. When you think of the capabilities, anything stand out as your favorite feature?
We all have favorite loans that we're working with in our own defined markets. We all have favorite loan products. So, number one, template features are absolutely incredible as far as creating those things. And speed and accuracy and compliance obviously is something that all companies out there want to make sure that are in place. So, being able to quickly create reports is absolutely one of my top 2 favorite features. The other one, Dave, which through the development of the technology, is being able to put together the TCA, get in my car, and leave the office and record the quick note to the customer from the mobile device. where I can literally attach that and then send it to their text immediately. So I could do all the office work, get it done. And if there's 2 or 3 of those that I didn't have time to record in the office or my camcorder wasn't working real well, I can record those from the road. Hey, Dave, it was great to meet you and the wife today. Fantastic, and close to the financing examples I promised you'd be receiving. Hopefully you have a great weekend of searching for homes. Let me know the minute so I can update your report very quickly. So I think, my number one favorite feature I would have to say in saving time, especially in clarity, is from the mobile device. The templates obviously are fantastic and wonderful, and that's natural with Mortgage Coach, but being able to save the time on the videos is really quick, because it seems like it's like, wow, this is complex, this is so hard. Meanwhile, you just click on the name and record. So it's pretty easy.
Love it. Well, again, Mortgage Coach is well known for improving conversion, getting more referrals, and clearly it's saving you time. And I would say if you're a loan officer watching this and you haven't created more than 20 total cost analysis yet, maybe it's not saving you time because you're still learning, but somewhere between north of 7, north of 15 times that you've done this, it's a time saver. So it's not only a sales tool, it's a time saver. So I always like to try to pull a script, and I already got one script. You told us around how you prepare people to have the Mortgage Coach app pre-meeting. How do you describe Mortgage Coach from a scripting perspective to the borrower so that they're excited about it? They're like, do you call it a total cost analysis? What do you call it? And just give us like less than a minute of scripting around how you describe it so the family's ready to go.
Custom home lending report that's going to give you multiple options for us to see what's in the best of your family's interest, long and short-term financial goals. We need to make sure that we're not only paying attention to how much cash you need today, but what that's going to cost you in 5 years compliantly, and also in a period of 9 years, which is now a NAR statistic. People are staying in their homes a little bit longer than they always have. So what is the cost of taking this particular loan versus another loan product that you might have heard about or might have thought about? What's the cost of that going to be in a predefined period of time for your family? So, again, we want to share those cost analysis with every single client that's walking in the door. And the reason why is because everybody's different. And some people think that, this is complex, it'll never be something for every one of my clients. It's for every one of your clients. You can make it as complex or as simple as you need to. Everybody gauges their own clients the way that they need to. So you can make it, rocket science for our thinkers, for all of our engineers, or we can make it for the feelers, the people that are just excited about the home buying process and the loan. They don't view the loan the way that the other models do, the knowers and the thinkers.
Love that, because I say that all the time in the training process. It really is for everyone. It's just a question of how you deliver it, how you frame it, how much detail you get into.
Yeah, absolutely.
But everybody loves their mortgage options on a mobile device or however they do life. If they do life with paper, they want it however they do life. So wrap up with one more. How do you position it and explain it to a realtor so that they're excited about the fact that they're referring business to you and you've got a way that's just a better conversion tool and a more effective way to communicate? Give us just some, a minute of scripting around agent conversations.
So number one, if we're role playing this, Dave, and you're the agent, the message that I want to get across is it's going to be a Saturday, it's going to be a Sunday, and the customer, you told me on Friday because you're a great agent, you gave me a heads up that you're going to be looking at a particular property. Why don't I have you armed with some different financing examples? Because we all have the clients that say, well, what if we offer this? What if we offer that? What if we offer that? So instead of doing a million different little cost sheets that are PDF files, and now you've got more paperwork to lug around in the car, how about I just CC you on all of our communications that we're dealing with the Johnsons, and make sure that we've got that, what's the house going to sell for? You're always going to do a CMA for any one of your buyers. Let's look at the high end, let's look at the low end, and then we'll work in some examples, strategic options in between. How about we do that? And they're like, fantastic, that's great, because it covers all of the basis. Now, the Johnsons don't show up their appointment on Sunday, but I did click the notify my agent feature anytime that report's viewed, so the minute those customers are out there looking, they don't show up for their appointment with their agent on Sunday. However, on Wednesday of the following week, they're clicking on the report. Their agent's getting a notification of that. They're understanding that the customer may said, we can't make the appointment, but they're still interested, and we know that there's a way to coddle them and work with the client.
Love it. And do you ask the agent to download the app? Do all your agents know how to go through a total cost analysis? What's the prep on that?
So part of getting through to them and having them understand the value of why it's so important to have it is that, number one, we do some lunch and learn sessions, and I have them all loaded on their phones before the presentations, and I'll typically drive it. So I say, guys, don't touch your screens. We'll take you through it step by step, and you can see the value of how we communicate with your clients mobily. And this is with you in the field. So if you're not understanding something, you're CC'd on all of our communications so that there's a lot of clarity there for both parties and transparency.
I love that. So I hope everybody got the takeaway. I mean, he's actually, when I interview top producers, it's not uncommon that whether it's a lunch and learn, whether it was in the meeting, and it's not about the technology, it's about the story or the strategy. They're walking their agents through how they educate borrowers. If it's a first-time buyer, show them how you create urgency with first-time home buyers. If it's a move-up buyer, show them how you create urgency with move-up buyers. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you got value from this conversation, like it below. This is in YouTube, like it below. Share it with your mortgage friends if you think that there's value in sharing this conversation. I think it's been great scripts. Would you mind forwarding me a couple total cost analysis links that we can put below?
Yeah, no problem.
I would maybe a first-time home buyer and a move-up buyer, just whatever. I'd love to have people to be able to click a link and see what it's like to get advice from you as a consumer. So fantastic conversation. I really appreciate you being a great mentor in the mortgage coach community. I've heard from loan officers that, one, you've referred them to us, or two, you've helped them use Mortgage Coach more effectively. So thank you for being a great mentor in our community, brother.
I appreciate that, man. Love you.
Love you, brother. Take care.